The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is because you got to get his attention because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his 4th touchdown on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point try by Bailey. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Bengals 14, Ravens nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. This is Bell. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line. The
Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Newton to throw.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, Newton dancing to his left. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From his own goal line, Stafford. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
John Ross, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
For John Ross, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Joe Mixon. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before the break. Newton. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Newton now to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
There you go. There you go.
Able to slither by. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. This one he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Bell. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Bell, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
This play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Field goal, a 28-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. And Tate's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards.
36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
It's 4th down.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Justin Matabike, and the Ravens are going to get the football back.
Turnover on downs.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 2nd and 15 now. Stafford, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 16 yards, a 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Stafford. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30.
The give is to Bell. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They got to get to the 23 here on third. Back to throw, Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Here we go on fourth. Stafford. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
On second down, here's Mixon. A nice little juke. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards on the play, first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On the move to his left. Airing one out for Boyd. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. 3 yards won't be enough here, as that'll bring up 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He's going to rifle. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead.
Makes the score Bengals 21, Ravens 16.
And boy, figure this one out. Leading here in the 4th, and now they're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
And the Raven 1st down.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line. A gain of 2.
Here's Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now Bell. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
At the 1-yard line.
They'll try again with Bell. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. The 40, 30, past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the pick 6, and they've decent field position and throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. Wait to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
There's no doubt that he has plenty of heart, but you got to be careful with those receivers that are slight of build. They leave themselves open to some pretty big hits across the middle. That pass, incomplete.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
47 to mark, 47. Check, 47. Let's go.
On fourth down, Stafford. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
They'll roll him out right. Oh, a good move at the 5. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Jackson going to run, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyree Jackson, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
At the 28-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go. 70 Lions. Hey, watch the leg. Hands. Let's go.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Matt Judon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Let's get off the field.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson, he's going to loft it deep right sideline. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he will be out of bounds here with zeros on the clock as this ball game is over.
That's the reason we ball.
Today's final score, Bengals.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Cincinnati, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they will get a home date next week. Start your week by installing your game plan.